we've watched this guy once before. Nomad. He does pretty good videos. I only watched one other video that he made. Oh, that's right. YouTube thumbnails suck now. Because this is someone who, and I do really feel for him, because this is someone who you can really tell is trying to break into the YouTube scene, and he's very self-aware about his analytics and his views, and he's been doing this for a while. He might have even had like multiple channels in the past. But yeah, he talks about this video, I think, and how that could have been a banger, and it kind of flopped. But yeah, he made a video called Why Being a Small YouTuber is Impossible.
Is there any way to get a live death counter? That could be cool.
Thank you, Soup Boy, for the 10. I'd love to get one. I'm not sure how to, though, but I'd love to get one. Oh, DeFuck Boom is here? Dude, okay, I actually want to ask you, because I see you in chat right now. How is Skibbity Toilet still going? I don't even mean that in a bad way. I don't understand how you're still making that. Like, I have to respect you. Like, look at this. This guy is still making Skibbity Toilet. Like, because obviously he doesn't use the actual Skibbity dop dop dop, yes, yes. He doesn't use that anymore because they copyright claimed all his videos. So he's not actually using... He's not using music anymore. But look at that. 9 million views in 16 hours, 31 million in a month. That's like... People like this, their channels usually die out in a month. The fact that this guy is still going is insane. Like, I gotta respect it. I know there's a lot of Skibbity haters. But the fact it's absolute cinema. Yeah, I know. Dude, imagine, like, Darkwood is only on, like... Darkwood will probably get, like, just under 10 million views in its lifetime. He's already got 9 million views in 16 hours. It's crazy. Like, the power of 4-year-olds is absolutely insane. I respect it. Right. Anyway, back to the Kino.
Wait, don't touch anything. I can explain everything, okay? Just give me a second.
Okay, Breaking Bad reference. I'm hooked. I'm hooked already.
Being a YouTuber is difficult, but the only thing more difficult than being a YouTuber is being a small YouTuber. It might sound quite demeaning, but the odds really are against you. A channel with 1 million subscribers is going to perform better than a channel with 1 subscriber, and the rich only get richer. But in an increasingly competitive...
I don't agree that the rich always get richer. I think when you're popular, it's also very hard to maintain relevancy because there are loads of people that get popular and then they fall off. Or there's peaks and valleys. Like, I'd say throughout my career, I've had pretty, like, mediocre success. Like, not huge success. To a small guy, it seems monolithic. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm a pretty mid-view YouTuber. And because of that, I haven't really had a massive blow-up and I haven't really fallen off. Meanwhile, you get other YouTubers that get, like, insane views and then they kind of fall off. Or they kind of, you know, they go up, they go down. I mean, a good example is Mr. Beast videos at the minute. Like, they're actually not doing as well as what they would originally do.
Will you play Stalker 2?
Will I play Stalker 2? Yeah, that's one of the few games I'm actually hyped for. Thanks for the 10, Sam.
Competitive and algorithmically focused platform like YouTube, someone like me trying to find their footing is becoming more difficult by the day. And when I say it doesn't get easier, I mean it. It doesn't.
PewDiePie playing Happy Wheels. It was a simpler time. It was a much simpler time.
Get easier. If you're someone like me who's trying to create stuff that isn't completely by the...
It's actually crazy looking back at YouTube like 8 years ago. It was so easy back then. I feel like there's this quote that Tony Soprano has in the pilot of The Sopranos, and he's like, he says to his therapist, I just got my foot in the door as things ended, as the good times were over. That is unironically how I feel. When I got into YouTube by doing the whole kind of, you know, like MLG and then copying Leafy, I felt like I got my foot in the door just as that era was ending.
The books, yeah, this platform, it's a doozy. I want to talk about some of the more difficult things you'll experience as a YouTuber. I'm going to talk about thumbnails. I'm going to talk about the actual videos you make, all the things that go into YouTube.
I look back at Jake Paul every day, bro, with nostalgia. That's bad.
You mentioning the power of 4-year-olds just makes me think of the sheer reality bending of Orcs in Warhammer. Just stupid little fuckers who can meme things into reality like writing "in June" on a piece of paper and having a tank run without one.
Thank you, lol, for the 10.
YouTube and how they can be kind of frustrating most of the time. The viral video, a goal everyone who tries to consistently make videos attempts to.
I like the way how he's making this video is like how every leftist YouTuber makes a video. You know, like the slow pan camera shots and the holding the microphone while walking around the house kind of thing. It's not a dig, by the way, at all. It's like the way how Curtis Connor. There's someone else as well who does it. Joel something, I think his name is. He's another YouTuber guy with like a huge beard.
Achieve, because if you have just one video that gets into the algorithm and explodes, it really can just make your
Vine source Joel? No, different guy.
channel.
Weren't you on Bizarre
Yeah. Before I even had 1,000 subscribers,
Big Joel guy. That rings a bell. I think it's Big Joel. I think it is Big Joel. Let me have a look. Yeah, I watch his videos. Yeah. I watch his videos from time to time. Especially when he covered video games briefly.
I had a video made about this guy called Garrett J. White. All you need to know about him is that he's one of those alpha male types that tell you how awful you are, how awful women are, how great he is.
Triangle, 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 triangle.
But I made a video about him, and
Gabagool
deep
over
down,
here.
I had this feeling. This is the
Thank you,
one.
Sam,
It's gonna
for
have
sending
this
Gabagool
algorithmic
over
blessing, and
here.
everyone's gonna watch it. And when it first came out, I guess it didn't have a very good thumbnail, didn't have the great
That is a terrible thumbnail. That is a terrible thumbnail. Like, the formatting is off, the framing is off. I get it, he's new to YouTube, but I don't think, like, unfortunately, and this is true for a lot of the part, the thumbnail and title is actually more important than the entire video, which is terrifying, by the way. I had anxiety uploading Darkwood, because when I uploaded Darkwood, I was like, okay, everyone has called this the biggest chungus you've never sharted. I can't call it that now. They stole it from me. So what do I call it? I call it Darkwood. No one's heard of that. No one's going to watch it. Fine. Call it Darkwood. And thankfully, it still did all right. But yeah, it's so difficult thinking of a title and a thumbnail. It's so difficult.
greatest title. I had to go and change it and change.
It's like, even though like I'm a pretty like decent sized YouTuber, right? It's like you look at my Pyro Live, my videos, the views are so inconsistent. Sometimes I'll get 500k, sometimes I'll get a mil, and then sometimes I get like 200k in a day, which is all right. Like for a small YouTuber, that's insane, but like for me, that's bad. But at the same time, it sounds like a cope, because you know, if Mr. Beast says he only got 60 million views in a day, it's 10 out of 10. To the average person, it's like, okay, you're out of touch, bro.
Change it and change it. I was constantly
That's also a really bad thumbnail. I wouldn't click that.
changing this.
It's so difficult. It's so difficult because it's such a niche topic. I mean, what I've noticed is a lot of people, they tend to like copy each other. I mean, I do it as well. Like I noticed that a lot of lefty YouTubers, they use the kind of they always format it like this. If you've noticed, they always do themselves in the middle, images on the left, images on the right, and then yellow text at the bottom. Curtis doesn't do this every video. There's this YouTuber that comes in my recommended, non-binary person. I'm trying to find them. Does anyone know the YouTuber I'm talking about? They format their videos like this, and they do insane numbers. I forget. They've got curly hair and a nose piercing. It's like Lime or Frog or something. Surely someone in chat knows. Roblox? Yeah, I don't think I said that. Funky Frog Baits. That's the one. Nice one. Yeah, I mean, look at this for a rise in views. Look at this. Like, all they did is like, yeah, exactly. Them in the middle, yellow text, something on the left, something on the right. Like, this is actually the lefty YouTube format. And the funny thing is, if you look at like their older videos, they got no fucking views. It's insane. Look at this. Look at this. I was lurking this the other day. Like, doing Let's Plays, no one cares, no one cares, no one cares, no one cares. Suddenly does a commentary video with them in the middle, and then 3 million views. And it's like, you know, they probably think to themselves, oh my God, I've struck gold. I need to keep this going. So then, you know, doing it again, which is fine, by the way. It's not a criticism. But yeah, what YouTubers tend to do is like copy each other and copy formats and stuff, because they see that that works. And once they strike gold, they want to repeat it as much as they can. I mean, I know I've made this comparison to Death already, but like Pegasus, right? You know, he's absolutely struck gold. Like, you know.
I think one of the hardest things about doing YouTube full-time is planning ahead, especially if you don't have a team of people behind you to help you come up with stuff. At least, that's the hardest part for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I think YouTube is harder to get into now than ever before because of how saturated it is. When I used to do YouTube as a kid, I guess as a young adult, I don't know. You know, I was like 17, 16. it was like, it was a hobby, right? I was just doing daily videos waffling on about anything, but now it's like, you have to have researchers, you have to have people that, you know, find topics for you, because there's just so much going on in the space and there's so much competition. It's a lot more. I really do have great sympathy for people that want to get into YouTube now, because it's very difficult. I am doing a talk about this in Germany at Games Ground in a couple weeks.
You gonna play Kingdom Come 2?
Maybe. The first one didn't really jive with me. But yeah, you can see here, like, obviously, you know, he struck gold. Look how different the thumbnails. I mean, they're not too different, to be fair. There's 3 I'm Alex videos, holy. And then, yeah, obviously the Chris Tyson stuff. And then, yeah, I do love how he was flipping the faces over as well. I respect it. But yeah, finally over. Word sentence doesn't even make sense. But yeah, you know, he's someone that, you know, and I've done the same thing. We've all done the same thing. You strike gold, you want to keep repeating it as much as possible. There's nothing wrong with that. But obviously this thumbnail... This is bad. What I would say to him, honestly, is go down that lefty YouTuber route, stick your face in the thumbnail, and then have him on the left, have him on the right, with some text maybe. I mean, no one's going to care about your face because you're like a 25k sub channel, but it at least creates a brand, it creates a format, and people know what they're clicking on because there's already pre-existing videos out there that already have a similar thumbnail type. So when they see him, they'll be like, oh, this must be similar to the content I already enjoy. And he's talking about someone I've never heard of before. This could be interesting. Because, I mean, look how low quality these thumbnails are as well. Like, I'm not saying I'm the thumbnail god, by the way. Like, I have had some bad thumbnail choices within the past week.
Thumbnail, just so more people would click on it. So the first day this video came out, 92 views, not even 100. If I wanted this video to have the algorithmic blessing I thought it should have, it needed more than 100 a day, not 90.
More fun the less views you have? That's a good one. I think so. I think chasing views to an extent. One thing I've noticed, you get people like I think Schlatt is a good example, right? I don't want to speak on his behalf or anything, but I feel like Schlatt is someone who's like a bit of an introvert, right? And I feel like Schlatt could be huge if he wanted to be. He could be like, you know, he could be iShow speed level, right? And I feel like he chose to not go down that path. You know, he has sleep deprived with his mates. He's got that podcast going on. The gaming videos they do as well, just chilling with his mates. The views aren't insane, but he's enjoying himself. And also that time as well on stream when he purged all those like Minecraft stands that were in his chat. He could have kept them and garnered a bigger audience, but he didn't want that. He didn't want that. He just wanted to like chill, you know, get his money on the side, work in the background and stuff like that. But yeah, I think once you become like a view chaser, then it's over. I'm happy that, you know, I definitely, obviously, when I go into the YouTube studio and I see like a video's doing 10 out of 10, it's like, that sucks. That really sucks. But, you know, it's not like I'm trying to consistently chase the next banger, the next banger. I mean, with the main channel, I'm trying to make each video better, definitely. But on the slop channel, like, no, I don't care.
But as I kept adjusting the thumbnail and trying to get more people to click on it, it actually started paying off just a little. The second day, the video reached 208 views. It got more than 100 views that day. Day 3, 331 views. But guess what day 4 had? 955 views,
Just
almost
to give you a
tripled
bit of
its
a
view
white pill.
count in a single
The only
day.
really
It was
saturated area of YouTube is the commentary space, really. Niche stuff really still blows up. You should check out Leon the Lobster by Brady Brandwood. Guy blew up overnight with fun content.
Leon the Lobster. Let me check that out. Yeah, I agree that commentary is really
Good to have you back,
oversaturated.
Pyro. Wish I could make it to Berlin, but maybe another time. Also, can you please smoke a cigarette on stream?
Oh, his views are decent. Is he just pretending to be a lobster?
You.
That is a really good recommendation. Thank you. I'm going to check that out later, I think. I'm going to check that out later. Because I think channels like that are so refreshing. I do think the commentary space is definitely saturated, though. But I mean, it's so easy and accessible to get into, right? All you need is a camera and a microphone, and then you just talk smack for 20 minutes. Thank you, Druganov, for the 7 months.
Exponentially growing. This thing was catching heat. The next day, the video broke 1,000 views. It wasn't as much as the fourth day, but it was still catching heat. And then day 6, 4 views. The video got 4 views
It's
in
over.
the 6th day. And then
It's
the day
over.
after that,
The bribe didn't kick in. It's over.
I got 2
I always say that whenever like a YouTuber has a video that flops, I always say to my mates in the group chat, the bribe didn't kick in.
views. It once again
Stalker
proved to
2
be
is
another
making these
video.
days go by so slow, can't wait to play it. I love the Metro series, so it's right up my alley.
Thank you. Go custom shows, click join, put in code. Are you showing me? Are you trying to get me to join To Be Honest Fall Guys? Go away, you little peasant.
That didn't get the attention that I thought it deserved. I still think it's a pretty good video. I haven't watched it since I uploaded it, but you know what? I had a lot of fun making it. But the point that I really want to get at is being a YouTuber is difficult, especially when you're an itsy bitsy little one. This is one of the most uphill battle occupations you could possibly have. Because yes, although the algorithm is considered solved by people, there's only so many things you can control. And especially when you're a smaller YouTuber, there's even fewer things you can control regarding the algorithm. I don't care what anyone says. I think luck is just it's a factor in YouTube. It just is. Chance, that's a huge factor. For example, let me explain the baseline. When it comes to the modern YouTube meta,
I think a lot of it is chance, but then there's also like, it's difficult. If you find a niche, you can definitely capitalize on it, but also at the same time, I do think a lot of YouTubers have said this in the past, but being a leech is a good thing. Like being a trend chaser is a good thing, especially when you're small, because that helps you get your feet off the ground.
it is just broken down into 2 factors. How much do people click on the video and how long do they watch the video? YouTube realized this, and whenever you upload a video, it's the first 2 things they show you aside from the actual views themselves. I'll start off with click-through rate because for me at least, this is the most difficult part of YouTube. I kind of suck at making thumbnails. And here's the thing when it comes to click-through rate is that
Did he get timed out for the Fall Guys bit, and then he came back on his alt account? Why is it called Spino Live? Oh wait, ban him. Ban him. I want him banned. I'm not joining your Fall Guys lobby. I'm not joining your Fall Guys lobby. Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
when you are a smaller
Actually get a life, or I'm going to play your entire Battlefield video on stream and embarrass you.
YouTuber, the odds are against you. Because firstly, the things that make people want to click a video aren't just the actual thumbnail itself. You can have the flashiest thumbnail, the greatest title in the world, maybe you'll get some attention, but you won't get nearly as much attention compared to if a bigger channel made the same exact video. The easiest way that I can display what I'm talking about is
I do like how no one knows how YouTube works. Like, even the advice I've gave, it's like, it's not foolproof. Like, no one knows how YouTube works.
through the air up videos I've seen. So basically, there's 3
I reacted to that on stream. That was funny.
videos out there that talk about the air up and how it's a scam. Hypnotech was the first one to do it.
I mean, that's a good thumbnail, though, as well. Because it's like, it stands out. It's, you know, small scale. It's not a confusing thumbnail.
He got the upper hand by being the first to talk about it, and he got the views to reward himself. It's his most popular video, 3.5 million views. And this
Have you
video is the
seen The
exception. He
Penguin?
normally talks
Do you
about
like
keyboards,
it?
but just this once, he decided to talk about the air up, and wow, it's his most popular video. And he has around 1.3 million. The air up and how it's a scam.
Have you seen The Penguin? Yeah, I like the bit where he pulled out his phone to show some guys a TikTok.
Hypnotech was the first one to do it. He got the upper hand by being the first to talk about it, and he got the views to reward himself. It's his most popular video, 3.5 million views. And this video is the exception. He normally talks about keyboards, but
Damn. It's actually crazy when you strike gold. This is why when YouTubers strike gold, they just shift their entire channel. He didn't, and he went back to the views that he already had, which is fine. If he's cultivated his fan base and stuff, there's no need to switch it up. But he would be getting so many more views if he then jumped ship and went into reviewing sponsor products, right? Like VPNs and stuff. But would he be happy doing that? You know, there's always this disparity of like, oh, he fell off, but it's like, no, maybe he made the choices to like, you know, actually enjoy making content.
just this once, he decided to talk about the air up, and wow, it's his most popular video. And he has around 1.3 million subscribers. There's a channel I've talked to, interacted with, Shane McGillicuddy. He has another video about the air up. Now, this video was uploaded 4 months after Hypnotech's video, but it still has 1.1 million views. Regarding a ratio from...
It's funny how like any video where you're reviewing a YouTube sponsor does so well because people are just so sick of them. They're just hoping that there's something wrong with them.
subscribers to views, this actually has a lot higher.
I remember when I worked with Raycon, the AirPods, whatever. They literally had a stipulation saying, do not mention Kim Kardashian. Because Ray J, that founded the company, is that rent-free. He
What's
just did
going
not
on,
want to
my
mention
fellow
it all.
Americans? Your boy Joe is sipping on that dark green Galaxy gas.
That would actually make sense if Joe Biden was huffing galaxy gas for his entire presidential term. That would actually make sense the way he is now.
Hi there, sweet baby boy. Are you ready for our playtime?
Yes, my baby. Open up.
Skipping.
Hey, y'all, for shame.
I'm skipping.
Then there's someone like Ludwig. I don't know if his video is directly about the arrow up. It might just be kind of around sponsors in general, but he's holding the arrow up in his hand, so it's directly inspired by these other videos. Mind you, Hippiotek's video is his most popular.
I think Ludwig actually went on record to say that he does yoink a lot of video ideas, and then he credits, which again is totally fine. I think a lot of YouTubers are, I mean, I've said this already, like YouTubers are inspired by other YouTubers. And then, you know, there'll be challenges that pre-exist. And then if you try to test something or do something, you'll see that it already existed beforehand. I just think as long as like credit is given or like a little nudge or whatever, like that's totally fine. Thank you, Braxton, for joining. I do wonder, this is a schizo theory, by the way. I've got no beef against Ludwig at all. I think he's a very talented creator. But I do wonder, because he has that like multi-million-dollar YouTube contract, does he know like any secrets that we don't? Or do you think as well, because of the contract, he might have like favor in the YouTube algorithm? Like his videos might do more favorably because of the contract? I don't know. Like obviously there's no proof on that whatsoever. It's just a complete schizo theory.
But for Ludwig, this is just...
I just remember like every time I talk to a YouTube rep, it's like they are just absolutely useless. I remember saying like, how can I improve my channel? And then he says to me, like I got a partner manager for Pyrocynical, the main channel. And then he says to me, you could upload more. And I was like, all right, yeah, cheers to that, mate. And then he says to me, you could stream as well. You know, you can stream. And I was like, yeah, I stream like every day on my second channel. And he's like, oh, I don't know about your second channel. Sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about that. I'm only talking about your main channel. And I was like, yeah, that's so helpful, mate. Nah, cheers. I appreciate it.
Just Tuesday. And yeah, Ludwig has 6.3.
And then he said, like, try doing shorts. Join Fall Guys. I'm not joining Fall Guys. I'm not joining all 6 members that are still on, to be honest. I'm not joining.
3 million subscribers. This video got
How many people are even in there anyway? Right, I'm gonna join it for 2 seconds. Just wait.
Hi.
Hello?
I'm gonna start taking a shot for every win that Dolan
You
gets.
joining Fall Guys, Niall?
Hey, Niall.
Oh
What?
my god, he's here.
Why is no one
Hello.
speaking?
The
Play the
code's in
Battlefield
chat.
5 video.
Everybody in
Cowards.
Pyro Live, the code's in chat.
Yeah,
Join.
let's
Codes
get in the
chat.
Fall Guys game.
Come on.
I'm
more
not
than
joining
like-
Fall Guys. I'm not joining Fall Guys.
Why not?
Guys.
He can't hear. He
I'm
can't
not-
hear
I'm not
us.
joining Fall
Guys,
Guys.
hello. Subscribe to Slop Lives.
No, all right, yeah, no, we're done. We're done with that. We're done with that garbage. Dolan is manipulative. Yeah, we're done there.
a little over half of his subscriber count. But in terms of his channel size,
That's crazy. I have him on stream the first time ever, and he just starts chilling his channel. Crazy.
this one video he made has more views than my entire channel's view count combined. I notice I give a lot of backhanded mentions to
$10. $10. $10. $10 whole for that.
Ludwig whenever I critique YouTube and the YouTube meta, but I don't know, this guy's literally just like the white balance of YouTube to me. He kind of reminds me of like Jim Norton in that he's like shaped like any container you put him in, and it comes down to one factor: the view count. Larger channels have a fan base or a subscriber base that allow their videos to be jumped towards quicker. What I mean by that is that views are a very trustworthy source to verify if a video is worth watching. It's something I mentioned in a video before, but it's also
I do feel that like people can have dedicated followings 100%, but what you also need to keep in mind is like 90% of the views that you get on a video just come from recommended, and you're competing with like thousands of other YouTubers that upload the exact same minute that you do. It's so difficult because I'll be honest boys, who uses sub box on YouTube? Who uses the sub box? I have not used that in years. I'm subbed to way too many channels because the problem is we sub to every channel we like. So then your sub box is like 400 people and it's like, nah, I'm not checking that. Wait, you do? Wait, you guys actually use the sub box? No, I'm not on about getting a notification on your phone, by the way. I'm on about like actually checking your sub box on desktop. Can I actually play a game? This stuff is boring. No. Sorry.
I wanna suck your furry ass.
That's normal. Yeah, cheers to the 10, mate.
Something I want to reiterate. The view count is a part of your thumbnail. It lets you know this video is worth watching because look at this sample size of 2 million people compared to a sample size of 20 people. I mean, I am the type of scumbag to watch a video if it has more views. That's how I am, at least. I don't want my time wasted by someone with 200 views.
Is that a real... Is that a real ad?
And if they have that check mark too, that's even better. They're verified. They prove they can make a good video. I'd rather watch that instead, but...
That's true. That's true. YouTube has added all these little changes that make you incentivized to click a video. Have you noticed as well that YouTube like added this thing a few months ago where it's like, if a video is uploaded within a week, it's marked as new, like incentivizing you to click on it even more, which is so funny because what it's created this horrible effect that after the week is up, no one clicks on the video because there's a ton of other videos labeled new.
When it comes to someone who doesn't have these things, who doesn't have a higher view count or a verification badge, yeah, it is kind of a screw over. I don't get clicked on as much because
he looks like young Sam Hyde.
These
I'm sure he'd appreciate that comparison.
Things that I can't control. So there was a YouTuber about 25 times my size, cannot remember their channel name for the life of me, but they talked about their CTR. And he explained that out of 100 people, around 8 to 8.5% go to the YouTube front page and click on his video specifically. Mine's like 4.5. Let me reiterate.
Yeah, I never look at these analytics like CTR. I just look at the preview on the studio that shows watch time, views, and CTR. I don't look deep into it in the analytics like Mr. Beast does. I'd go insane.
I have never, ever had a video with over 8%.
He looks like Drake's kid. Okay, that's a reach. Is your profile picture Indian Critical? Oh, no, it's just Critical when he had short hair. That's right.
Click-through rate. I've never had. I can't even imagine that. Even my most clicked on, my most viewed, any of those. No, but the thing that's frustrating about it is
48 cents from DePete Shield. Love from India. Cheers to the month's wages, mate. Appreciate it.
there's only so much that I can do about that. Yes, can I develop a skill to actually make better thumbnails? Of course I could. Firstly, that's easier said than done, but secondly, I just don't have the credibility to be clicked on that easily. And that's just one of the statistics. The other statistic is view duration, like I said. Now, YouTube does measure how long people watch the actual video, but the thing they truly measure the most is the first 30 seconds. How long do people keep watching after a set amount of time? Now for this,
it's even worse on TikTok. It's the first 5 seconds. Like, I noticed how when disposable vapes are being banned in the UK, all the news articles, all the news accounts on TikTok were saying, vapes are being banned everywhere. And then you watch the video and it's like, well, no, they're actually not being banned. It's only disposables. And it's like, oh, shut up.
specifically, I don't actually have any like comparable data. I don't know what other people have as their first 30 seconds, but I'm going to assume mine sucks. So the way view duration works on YouTube is YouTube will
I don't try to get engagement in the first 30s. I mean, you go on a Pyrocynical video, the intro is like the slowest thing in the world, bro. Like, no one's watching that.
Show you this line. 100% of people obviously started
Hello,
the
Pyro.
video, but as you
Love
keep
the content you produce, low-key feel bad how many people dog on you for your degeneracy. But you're a wonderful guy and love the long-form content on your main channel. When's Darkwood 2?
When's Darkwood 2? Be out next week. People dogging on you for your degeneracy. I could not be in a better position in my life. I think me being outed was actually the best thing that happened to me. Hang on. I want to show you guys something.
I just nut to your voice. I use a pillow with you face taped to it and a slit cut it in. It's been used so much that the fluff inside has condensed as flat as cardboard. That's it, no funny joke.
I can already tell that disgusting dono Pyrocynical is back. Can already tell. Yeah, I saw this on my subreddit, which is kind of funny. It's like these overweight maids. And the caption is, he can't keep getting away with this.
This is Japan's Fat Maid Cafe, where all of the staffs are extra large Japanese girls with over 25 BMI.
Playful trans code.
It's just the fact how it appears for a split second. Holy. I think, what did someone say as well? There was actually a pretty good, oh yeah. I honestly love Pyro's self-aware era. Usually behavior like this kills the joke. but his kinks are so absurd that somehow him being transparent makes the whole thing more funny. Thank you, please, Pyrocynical, you fat bastard. Yeah, I think that's true. Like, I don't want to millhouse it and, like, you know, make it my entire personality or anything. Like, if someone makes fun of me for it, like, I'm obviously going to include it in a bit. But yeah. It's like, I've seen, like fat furries and that have made it their entire personality and stuff. It's like, you know, they put their mood on Twitter as, like, hungry or something, and it's like, okay. Okay, there's a life you can lead instead of whacking off, bro. Come on.
Keep going, it tells you how many people suddenly stop watching. And as you keep continuing, it goes down and down and down until the video ends and it can't go down anymore.
My retention on Darkwood is horrendous, by the way. It's like 2%. It's so bad. I don't know how that video got it's on like 4.2 mil now. I have no idea how it got that many views.
Actually finished the video. Statistically speaking, only around 1 out of 4 people usually finish my videos. So if you finish this video, wait until the end. I'll give you a little code you can write down. But even more than click-through rate, view duration frustrates me so much. I mentioned the video starts at 100% retention. You would think that would be a thing. If people started
play Black Ops, I got this and one more video to go over, and then it's Black Ops time.
The timestamp of 000, you would think the retention is 100%. I have had videos that have started at 94% retention. You can't win with—
That's hilarious.
Oh my sweet, sweet Pyro. I edge to you. I want you to see my Darkwood. Hey guys, we did it. We busted.
Thank you, Shadow Ninja, for the 10. We're getting a lot of normal donos today. A lot of normal donos. Also, I don't mean to be mean, but I think it's hilarious that 95% of the video quit after 0 seconds of the video playing. Like, how did you... Like, that must have been accidental click, surely. Did you see that Water T-shirts is going to be on Fish Tank? Is that real or a bit?
4% retention. You can't win with that. People just click off before the video even started. You can't do anything about that. You actually cannot do anything about that. You can't even instantly reward some of these people like you're recommended to because they haven't watched the video. They just immediately leave. You know, with at least some of these people, they watched 3 seconds of my video, but what happened? Where did that 6% go where they just said, nah, come on, you're
I don't think this guy understands how attention deficit everyone is on the internet. Like, I will literally click on 20 videos and then just like click off straight away. I have such a problem with that. I don't think in the past 2 years I've watched an entire video start to finish that isn't on stream without it being on 2x speed.
Time isn't that valuable. You can watch me just a little bit, but also
I really don't think it helps with the inclusion of like TikTok and, you know, YouTube Shorts.
Conveniently, the first video that got over 1,000 views on my channel was uploaded around a year ago where I complained—
He looks the exact same, just no mustache.
—about YouTube. This stuff just works. People love hating on YouTube. Come on now. But in that video, I talked about
Okay, I don't mean to rib on this guy's appearance, because especially how I look, right? I look like a 40-year-old lesbian, but he reminds me if you got like AI to create to create Morty from Rick and Morty, and then you have him as like an actual person. That's actually what he reminds me of. That's not an insult, by the way. I mean, it's not. I really enjoy Rick and Morty.
Retention rate, and after around 7 seconds of a video, a quarter of people—
Rick from Rick and Morty. Okay, yeah. Imagine I had 2 names and I got it wrong, like actual moron.
Would just leave. And the most accurate comparison I had was reading a resume. People take around 7 seconds to read one of those. I don't know.
So
Did they not like my voice? Is my
Pyro has still not released the Callisto podcast.
What's the Callisto podcast?
face ugly? Did I shit myself on camera that one time? I don't know. I get people who watch my videos.
He said shit himself on camera, and he just reminded me that in today's video that's going out on Pyro Live...
Anyone else so brain rotted they watch YouTube while showering?
I do that. He reminded me when he was talking about shitting that I'm talking about a kick streamer today that shit in his hand and walked around with it. Kick streamers are a different breed, bro. They are different. No, I watch YouTube when showering. I think, like, if I'm even making, like, myself a coffee or something, like, I just always watch YouTube. It's really bad.
Routinely, but it's not nearly enough for YouTube to want to push it out to other people. I don't know, maybe I just don't shut off people's brains, but I personally think I'm just...
Thank you, James, for joining. Thank you, Drunken Boy, for the 8 months.
Still not as credible. When people want...
Can you smoke a cigarette on stream? I don't know where I'd get one. Like, I'm in the middle of nowhere.
watch me, I still got something to prove. I gotta prove that I'm worth watching. I don't got the
Thank you, bro, for the 7 months.
little badge yet. I gotta prove myself. Sometimes I can put a funny meme at the beginning and it'll get a little bit more retention, but after the meme, it goes back to the same retention it always does. Again, they see my fat ugly mug and they click away immediately. But yes, when you have millions of subscribers, it's a lot more likely that...
I think he should definitely go down that lefty YouTube route with the framing, with him in the middle and then stuff on the left and the right. Because if it worked for that Frunky Fogbit person, it could work for him.
Those subscribers are...
Because that person gets insane views, by the way. Funky Frog Bait. I mean, look at these views. They're actually insane. Like 2 mil, 2 mil, 2 mil, 5 mil, 3 mil. Like these, I mean, they don't upload daily, obviously. But when they do upload, that's in... Because I actually thought the only commentary gods were like... Critical, and then I lost my train of thought again. Yeah, I really gotta get a timer set up for donors. Critical, Curtis Connor, Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden. I didn't even know this person existed until recently.
Pyro, when are you uploading the Callisto podcast based off your favorite game, the Callisto Protocol?
The Callisto Protocol is not my favorite game. You've heard a lot of disinformation there, young man. Yeah, I guess it's like combining everything as well. Like you're talking about Lunchley and you're also talking about Nikocado Avocado. And then Tradwives, like that's not something I would ever talk about. That's such a... I keep forgetting that the commentary space I talk about is a sausage fest. But if you go onto this person's analytics, it's probably a complete gender swap, right? It's like, they probably have like 90% female audience. Thank you, Kia, for the 13 months. 13 months of being your member is diabolical. Have a good day. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. You can end it anytime. You can end the membership. Wait, I just put on the wrong video. What?
Going to watch your video when it uploads compared
love the slop
to...
channel personally. Keeps me entertained whilst I work on installing other degenerates' internet. Trust me, I've seen worse stuff than anything you've been outed for. Bible thump.
Wait, okay, wait. No. Email, that's interesting. You install internet? You install people's internet and you can see what? You see their search history?
Hello, Pyro. Thanks to you having
That's
your
like a story
degeneracy
time.
exposed and still having a following, I came out to my girlfriend as a brap lover and we've been dating for 2 years now. P.S. Brap smells and taste pretty good, not a bit. Love you, Pyro, since MLG days.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man.
What is this new Callisto Protocol bit? My galaxy gas dementia brain can't comprehend this.
That was actually the most normal dono I've ever got. What's the Callisto bit? I actually don't know.
Me? I mean, I got 25,000 right now, but the momentum isn't built up enough. When I upload a video, half the time, my subscribers don't even recognize it's me, and that's probably my fault. I feel like I just haven't proven myself to be a must-watch YouTuber, even among my subscribers that actually chose to want to watch me again. I still don't think I've actually pulled people in enough to go, oh wait, he's worth watching again. Am I being a little hard on myself? Yeah, but that's not where my mental issues lie anyways. And I do want to talk about this again, the event where your video will rise exponentially and then immediately flatline afterwards. If you get one video that does well, it benefits your next video and the video after that and the video after that. Even if your next video flops, imagine how much more it would have flopped if you didn't have a viral video yesterday. I
think that's one of the good things about daily uploading as well, is like, if I get a flopper, it's like, okay, that sucks, but you know, better luck next time. As opposed to working on something for like a month and then it flops. And then I'll be like, okay, it's over.
Video I had was this video called The Internet is Unusable. This is the one that got me 1,000 subscribers in a day, pushed me over to get monetized, and I've completely built my channel off the momentum of this one video. However, when a video only has 100,000 views,
What's that noise? I don't know. There's like some background noise that is using it. It's like there's a submarine in the background or something.
Pretty much maximize the amount of momentum I can get out of this one video. And now I'm in that state again where I'm looking for the next big one. And it's probably not the healthiest way to look at it, but I do want to pull up an example I had where I complain about Sunny V2 just because I hate this channel. That's the gist of the video. I hate Sunny V2.
Okay, he's definitely lefty YouTuber material. 100%. He's locked in. He's locked into that timeline now.
And also he ripped off a Watch Mojo video. That's like the lowest form of degeneracy you could possibly imagine. Anyways, first day performance on this video, 30,000 views. Never gotten a video with that many views in a day since. You look at this and you say, wow, this is the one. This is the one that's gonna get like 1 million views, because that's what I'm looking at now. I'm looking at 1 million views. I already got the video with 100,000 views, all right? I gotta get more number. Look at me, I gotta get more number. I was looking at this, I was excited. It just keeps growing and it's not stopping anytime soon. And the second day, the video only got 5,000 views, and I get some videos that never reach 5,000 views, and it still got this in a day. When your last day was 30,000 views, it lets me know, oh, the momentum stopped, and it did stop. I mean, the video has 74,000 views now, but that's been months in the making, and half of that view count was still in one day. It's a
His mustache is so weak, stronger than mine.
little frustrating that this video didn't get as much as it could, and this isn't like me asking for a pity party. Oh, feel bad for me because I can't get enough attention. Look at Nomad, guys. He's complaining about YouTube because they won't give him fucking breast milk. And I'll be honest, there could be dozens and dozens of reasons this video halted in momentum, but I ultimately just don't know why. Yes, will some Redditor go into the comment?
I don't think it's a good idea to fixate on one video flopping. I think you're just getting your own head too much and think, like, what have I done wrong?
Say, oh, you need to just find your niche and then you'll, yeah, they always say that. Everyone always talks about the fucking niche. Find your niche, by the way. Have you found?
I never said that. I said be a leech. I said it's a very good thing to be a leech. Copy already existing trends and thumbnails.
Found your niche yet? Have you looked at your niche yet? Hey, there's a lack of niche in this content right here. When you're a small YouTuber, it's virtually impossible for you to achieve the stats you're recommended to achieve. They say like the average view duration of a video is 70% or whatever. I don't think I've even gotten a video over 40%. But people like me are the reason YouTubers tell you to find a niche, because this is what a nicheless YouTuber looks like. Their view counts are ridiculously inconsistent. If they make one good video one day, you can expect the next video to do absolute shit. I'm not exactly anti.
However, you'd be surprised how many Digens keep their tabs open after handing me their devices to connect after fixing their service. Maybe this will put a little bit of fear into the Digens watching. Internet man knows all.
So you can't see their history, they just have their tabs open? Surely that's a threat there, right? Like they'd know that they've got their tabs open.
Niche, but I do see the shortcomings and stiflings that being a niche tuber can provide. For example, my first viral video was called "The Internet is Unusable." I could have built off the momentum of that. I could have made another video where I rant about the internet, and I constantly rant about the internet. I mean that's what I'm doing now. This is technically my follow-up to that video, but let's say
it is scary how saturated YouTube is though. Like, I took a bit of a break from uploading when I was in Australia. I uploaded like 3 times over 2 weeks, I think. My channel like dipped so much after that. I mean, like in views, in revenue, in earnings, just because I took that little bit of time off. So it's so weird. It's almost like, you know, when you're a YouTuber, unless you set the time aside yourself, you're not really allowed time off. It's really fucking toxic.
Instead of everything I've done before this point, I follow
time off from watching other people's videos, by the way, Lamau.
Up this video with another rant. I rant about Gen Alpha and how their brains are turning into mush by us. We're the ones trying to raise them. Why are we getting mad at them? I could have been like that. I could have been that kind of person, but I just didn't. I'll be honest, there's people that told me I should have hit 100,000 subscribers a long time ago, but somehow, some way, I just keep fucking it up. By that, I just mean instead of complaining about the internet, I make a video where I talk about why comedy is cool, and I explain why funny is funny, because people just say funny is funny, but that's not the truth. I might have not have been able to make a video about music theory, and that video's actually kind of, it's not the biggest video, but it's actually had more growth than I thought it was going to. It's had its own little following, even though they don't get the same amount of views. I like making things that I'm not really supposed to make, and I
think a lot of YouTubers do this, and I think they should definitely pursue it more. It's like a Tubbo, right? The Minecraft YouTuber. Like, he does like DJing and stuff on the side now. Like, so many YouTubers have like little side gigs. Tommy Innit is a good one. Like, Tommy Innit does not get anywhere near the views that he used to get, and he's made peace with that. He's fine with it. Like, he does like stand-up and stuff now. He's went into a completely different like era of like what he wants to do. Because some people do YouTube for like 5 years, and then they're like, this really sucks. Am I really just gonna be doing this for the rest of my life? So then they explore and they experiment and go into other things. I mean, I personally feel like I found that with the main channel videos. Like without those, I probably wouldn't be doing YouTube. Like that is my creative outlet.
I get to see how they do on their own. It's like creating my own little homunculus and seeing how it does in the wild and how long it takes for it to get squished by a fucking rock. But I do enjoy making those types of videos where I don't know how they're going to perform. I'm trying something different. And you know what? I do know it's not going to perform that well, but it performed better than how my videos were doing a year ago. So I'm happy. But another thing is that when I made this video, I didn't know it was a niche. I just kind of made it. Like, I knew you could complain about the internet all the time, but I didn't exactly think of it as like a niche for a channel. And it's just because finding a niche is so difficult. It's basically just someone saying, do something no one else has done before and keep doing it over and over again, which requires you to do something.
I think that's the worst information you could ever tell someone. Like to find a niche. No, like you don't find a niche, you find a gap in the market. You find something, you find a topic that no one else has actually I mean, I'll be honest, my best videos on Pyro Live, my best drama videos, are stuff that Charlie Critical hasn't covered because he hasn't found it or he refuses to cover it because he doesn't really, he's took a bit of a step back from drama. Like that is the gap in the market. Like if you could find a gap in the market, the payoff is insane. I definitely don't think you should ever, you know, do something that... I mean, like, it's like with me, right? With game reviews. Like, I didn't invent game reviews, bro. Like, you know, there's been people doing that for years. You know, like H-Bomber Guy, Mandalore. Like, there's been so many people doing game reviews and video essays. Like, I'm not original at all. But I just cover stuff that, you know, I'm interested in. And thankfully, I'm rewarded for that.
No one else has done before, and second, realize that you've done something that no one else has done before, and third, actually have a format based around it that you can do repeatedly even though no one...
Angry Joe copy? Oh my god, could you imagine? I was on about this in yesterday's stream. I miss his content so much, man. Before he just uploaded like 6 times a day.
No one else has done it, so you don't have anything to base it off of. And even if you manage to...
Gap in the market is Petscop 2. I don't even know how Petscop would do. Because Nexpo did Petscop 2, and it kind of flopped. I mean, it didn't flop. What's it on, actually? Because I kind of have it in my head, if it doesn't get 10 million views, it's a flop. Because he messaged me, and he said to me, can I call it Petscop 2? And I was like, I prefer if you didn't, if that's okay. And he was like, yeah, fair enough. Oh, it's on 5.6? No, that's actually really good. Yeah, fair enough. Damn. Respectable. Yeah, they needed a follow-up that didn't do too well. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll... I don't know. I feel like with Petscop, it's like No Man's Sky. It's like the hype is too big. I mean, the hype's kind of died down now, right? It's only old heads that know about it. I don't know. I feel like I keep making the main channel videos bigger on production value just so when Petscop comes out, Petscop 2, I can like nail it. Because I don't want it to just be me sat behind a computer talking about it, because that's not enough anymore.
To realize all of those things, you still actually have to want to make the video. But sometimes this specific piece of advice is rather contradictory with the other piece of YouTube advice.
I really like Nexpo Petscop 2 unironically. I didn't watch it, but I've watched... I didn't watch it because I don't want it to impact my opinion on when I cover it. But I think, like, I really do enjoy his videos.
Talk about popular things. Sometimes someone's niche actually is literally just talking about popular things, hence the drama channels. Sometimes those two pieces of advice don't always clash is what I'm saying. And another YouTuber started talking to me and discussed what our niche is on the internet. If there actually is something we can realize about ourselves and...
Guys, you're spamming Black Ops 6. I said earlier, when I'm done with the video, I will play Black Ops 6.
Try to hone in on it because I don't know what it is, and he finally figured it out. We rant on the internet. That is our niche, is we complain about things on the internet. That's it. That's our niche. We complain about things on the internet. It's not why I'm making this video.
Was that a real noise that he made? Was that an actual real noise that he just made? That wasn't edited in. I think he actually made that noise himself. That was like a death rattle from a possum.
video, I actually do want to rant, but I'm kind of experimenting with this video just to see, does ranting about things on the internet actually reward you more than whatever these videos were? Only one way to find out. Actually, you know what? I would actually reward you more than whatever these videos
Oh, they're just video essays. I thought they were Let's Plays.
were. Only one way to find out. Actually, you know what? I already did find out. It was in my Five Nights at Freddy's video that I uploaded last week. The title I initially uploaded on my Five Nights at Freddy's video was called the FNAF Retrospective. This is a lot more transparent of a title. This video was quite literally a retrospective on my experience with Five Nights at Freddy's. The video did so shit in its first 4 hours that it permanently ruined the momentum this video could get, but I changed the title from the FNAF Retrospective to Fake FNAF Fans. And lo and behold, just by changing the title to something a little bit more emotionally angering, the video went from being my second worst performing video out of my last 10 videos to my fourth best performing video out of my last 10 videos. It went up 5.
That just shows though, like changing a thumbnail actually does work. That's okay. You'll notice this with me as well. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret. If you ever see your favorite YouTuber and the thumbnail and title keeps changing over and over, that's because they're in the studio panicking that it did 10 out of 10. And it's like all the SpongeBob's inside SpongeBob's brain running around crying and like scared. That, or they're doing ABC thumbnail testing, because you can now upload like 3 versions of a thumbnail and it'll show it around.
I'm not gonna say this thing did a complete 180, but yeah, people clicked on the
like you. Oh no, yeah, no, I literally said like me. Like if I have a video flop, I would change that like 7 times.
Video more when I changed the title to this. So yeah, the simple
Mr. Beast 500 thumbnails challenge. I don't know how he has that. He's got like a whole department of people that just make thumbnails.
Summary, complaining on the internet, it rewards you a lot more than
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is just the ranking in the YouTube studio. So 1 out of 10 is the best. That's like, this is amazing. It's got more view. It ranks it on views. So 1 out of 10, it's got the most amount of views in the past 10 videos. And then 10 out of 10 means it got the least amount. 10 out of 10 is like a death sentence for pretty much all YouTubers.
Then I don't know.
Mewing thumbnails curse. That's not very nice.
Just talking. You gotta have a little bit more direction. You can't just talk. You gotta yap. But ultimately, I don't know what makes for a success.
I'll be honest. I think stuff.
Ultimately,
I think stuff like vidIQ is a scam. I genuinely think stuff like that is an absolute scam. I don't think that's helped anyone. I think that's just snake oil stuff. I don't mean to slate the people that work at this company. But like not just vidIQ, but all these other companies that like say you can, you know, I mean, being able to view like a YouTube like videos analytics and stuff, that's okay. But like there's no way to get more views like through cheating or anything like that. Like there's no way. Unless you're Dream and then you study Reddit.
Don't know what makes for a successful YouTube video or even a successful channel. I have these ideas.
Scam holds legal value and they can sue you for using it. Okay, allegedly a scam. Allegedly.
Yes, I have theories and things.
I just don't see... Okay, I take the word scam back because I don't want to be in court, but like, I just don't see how they help you at all. You can see a YouTube video's tags and stuff and how their video did on their end. You almost get like a look into their YouTube studio, but like, it doesn't really tell you anything that you couldn't have worked out yourself.
I can test out, but I don't know. So because of that, I try not to get too much into the numbers game, you know, the thing that gets into your head all.
It's like when I had that YouTube rep I talked about, like they were so helpless. It was like, ooh, you should upload more. Oh, cheers, mate. Yeah, I didn't know that. Like, I swear to God, I got a YouTube rep now on Pyro Live, and they will literally say to me, have you tried uploading twice a day? Not just once a day?
The time. How is this thing performing? How are these statistics here? How are these numbers here? There is a part of video making where you can't be numbers all the time. You gotta be a little bit human. And maybe because I'm human, oh, that increases the view duration because people feel more of a connection to me. But this whole thing I'm doing right here, this whole talking thing, this is a skill I had to develop not just for the sake of YouTube, but I'm trying to use it for my own benefit on YouTube. But everything I do on YouTube can't be based around a number, or else I just want to do YouTube. If I wanted to do numbers, I'd go to a job that would actually make me money. Oh, hey, look, this thing has a salary? Wow. But there are, and you can find them pretty easily, channels that just all they care about is numbers. Everything they do is for the sake of the number. As long as they
don't show KSI with that forehead, bro.
Sake of the
dude, you're doing him so You're doing him so dirty there. With that haircut as well. With that hairline. I know this is coming from me, but come on, man. You're doing him so dirty.
The number, as long as they get an arrow that is green and
I saw Hillary Clit. I'm voting for Hillary Clit.
it's pointing upwards, that is what you should be doing instead of whatever the fuck this is. And one of the companies that encourage this type of behavior, the numbers game behavior, is vidIQ. Now vidIQ, they have a channel, but they also have a plugin that lets you get a little bit more in touch with what statistics are performing on a certain video. They let you know more about what's going on in the algorithm if you use their plugin, even though the data's kind of useless. But I do want to
I was going to say they don't have access to the API. They don't have access to like the internals of the YouTube algorithm, so they're not really going to be able to help much.
talk about their Twitter real quick. I actually had to mute their Twitter because somehow I kept getting tweets because
Wait, what was that? What was that? Your YouTube thumbnails are failing for one reason. You're trying to be an artist instead of a strategist. What is that? That's the equivalent of like... What was that quote I had ages ago? No one wants to park their car in the shade or something. Where's that quote? Where's that quote? Does anyone know that quote I'm on about? There we go. Sad reality. Everyone wants to park their cars in shade, but nobody wants to plant trees. What does that... Such useless word soup information, bro. Thank you.
tweets because on their Twitter they
Choose a niche with audience potential. Master storytelling basics. Virality does not equal substantial growth. Views are more important than CTR and average viewer retention. Nail your setup, journey, payoff. Edit for emotion. Combine inspirations creatively. Don't fear start. That is so useless. None of that is applicable. None of that is applicable. Dude, you might as well tell me to do the fucking salt walk with Gandhi. Like that's so useless. Are they telling me to become like an Elder Scroll moth priest, like a little Buddhist monk or something, like go on a spiritual journey? Who's that gonna help, bro? Who's that gonna help? Choose a niche with audience potential. Okay, I'm an AIDS sufferer. Here's my story time. Like, what do you mean?
YouTube as a thing.
So useless. You're not going to think your way. This is actually like reading every crypto bro's Twitter, by the way. And they start spewing out quotes when they're high off coke because they're depressed and alone. You're not going to think your way to a million views idea. Want to know the secret? Find painful problems people are desperate to solve. Okay, cancer. Okay, there we go. We've got one. Cancer's pretty painful. What about world hunger as well? The more pain, the more views. Oh my god, I get it. I need to cure cancer. I could have saved... Okay, I'm going to make a video called I Could Have Saved Steve Jobs' Life. The more pain, the more view potential. Pick a niche, find problems, offer solutions. I'm sorry, am I doing YouTube videos or am I working for UNICEF right now? I don't understand.
Can only generate income and nothing.
I went from 0 to 30k subs in 3 months. My videos hit 600,000 views. I made $1,200 from YouTube. Here's the truth. Personality is everything. Shut up.
Else. I bring up
You can tell he's just a shorts merchant as well.
Twitter for one reason, and it's this tweet I saw from them and I immediately muted them on Twitter. Think YouTube equals passive income? Think again. The harsh reality. 99% of videos peak in 7 days. Old content needs a new...
That's true. They do peak. Darkwood has fell off now. Darkwood is crawling. Darkwood gets 100,000 views like every couple days, as opposed to like 1 million views a day that it got before.
New uploads to survive. Said it.
Old content needs new uploads to survive. Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like it actually funnels people into watching the content and stuff.
And forget it is a myth. Want real YouTube success? Be ready to grind every single day.
Did a Cruelty Squad character write this, by the way? What does any of that mean? Rise and grind. Wake up at 3 a.m. Beat my wife. Go on a 20-kilometer run. Whack off. Grind. Sigma grind set. Mew in the mirror for 7 hours a day. I do like all the information they give is just absolutely useless. Like it applies to no one. It's like, oh, your video's not doing well? That's because you're not grinding enough.
I actually kind of like making YouTube videos. Okay, so the first thing they imply here is that YouTube equals money. YouTube...
It seems a very generic suggestion. Like when at school, they tell you to study always. Yeah, true. Oh, what's up, Frappalo? Hope you're doing good.
Is only used as a source of income. When people watch your videos, their eyeballs are just little dollar signs that pour right into your fucking wallet.
I think it's really funny how you have all these people that use vidIQ and stuff like that, and then they're like a smaller channel than people that have never used vidIQ. I'm grinding my pillow right now. Yeah, that's a timeout. That's a timeout.
Obviously, I would like to make more money than I do on YouTube as I do, but I don't make these videos purely for money. If I did do it purely for money, I would find a better way to do it. Oh my god. Secondly, this harsh reality thing, 99% of videos peak in 7 days. What's the statistic? 300 hours of content are uploaded onto YouTube every minute. Like, yeah, a lot of that's not going to be...
Isn't it crazy, though, that you can work on a video for, like, you know, months and months, only to find out that within a week, it's going to get most of the views that it would have ever got.
Watched ever, but I think this is kind of being misconstrued that people who actually want to make YouTube videos, if you make videos that are good, they can peak later. I mean, you know, somehow videos do get picked up like years after they're uploaded. It's not that this statistic is wrong, it's just misconstrued. Another thing, just because a video peaks in the first 7 days doesn't mean it never gets views after that amount of time again. YouTube's got to show more videos that aren't just your video, but it kind of ignores the benefit of being evergreen with your stuff.
Thank you, Joe Chim. I'm not... Dude, your name sounds like the N-word, bro. I'm not reading it out. Thanks for the 10, though.
Sometimes you can upload something and people will watch it years and years from now. That's the great thing about evergreen content.
I'm watching a lot of content now that came out years ago, like video essays and stuff, so there is, like, some truth in that.
It's not going to be the huge explosion of views every single day, but yeah, people still watch it. They said YouTube isn't passive income, but yeah, if you make something that's evergreen, you can actually make something that's a lot more passive income.
I've seen people on TikTok that make a TikTok, it gets 7 views, they delete it, they re-upload the exact same TikTok, it gets 9 views, they delete it, they re-upload it again, and then it gets 3 million views. It's so bizarre.
Growth. And again, the way they're setting all of this up is that YouTube is actually this miserable process of making videos, and if you want to do it, it's like going to the gym. Here's the thing, people actually like going to the gym. They like going to it. They like lifting the weights. But this is a big mentality they try to inflict on smaller YouTubers, people who are a little bit more vulnerable in the YouTube field. And with vidIQ, they probably do this as a scare tactic, so they'll make you buy like their subscription service for vidIQ. They are probably just trying to like strong arm
weekday access to your one-to-one coach. Personal channel audit from your coach. I mean, that's kind of interesting, though, but, like, I swear they just wouldn't be able to help you at all. So, have you tried changing your thumbnail when a video flops? Have you tried touching yourself on stream for clip farms?
But they'll buy their service.
You should do what that Jinxie guy does, where he says, bro, cough like an iPad kid. Everyone was talking about that.
I'm pretty sure that's what this is all about. So I don't like vidIQ. Just use YouTube.
Jake Paul YouTube course. Yeah. It's pretty similar to that. Thank you, Sed, for the 10.
YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio tells you everything you need to know about your videos, and even then, it's a little too much information. Because I don't have a little plaque to my face, I consider myself a smaller YouTuber. But the biggest piece of advice, if you want to keep making videos, even if you're a little bit on the smaller side, it's not going to happen in one day, obviously. I don't know. That's too condescending. You already know you're not going to be popular the next day, because you're not like 5 years old anymore. My biggest advice, try to find the positives of the algorithm. It's meant...
Nice Grinch clip there. I could barely tell that it's the Grinch from the negative 144p quality.
To be like this soul-crushing machine, but don't blame the machine.
I thought that was Shrek for a second. It's so low quality.
Is crushed. Okay, someone made this. But for example, making videos consistently, that can be seen as stressful for a lot of people. But for someone like me, I made it into a little challenge. I want to get a video uploaded every single Friday, and that's like a nice little challenge for me. I enjoy doing that. I actually do get a little motivated knowing I have to make a video every Friday. It gives me a deadline. And then there's probably a part of your head where it's like, oh, well, the deadline.
How to blow up as a YouTuber in 2024, spam upload shorts. I mean, that does work. That does work. I like how you get all these YouTubers that get like 500 mil views a month, and they'll purposely blur out their revenue because they're probably making like $200.
and is imaginary. I mean, it's imaginary to a certain extent, but you're also gonna die one day, so you might as well, right? Things that are encouraged to keep attention, like a good first 30
I'm gonna die one day, so I need to make that review on Big Chungus.
seconds can actually help you build your style. You know, there's a reason.
Tmakende pod and me we Tmakende purplovey curds.
Thank you, Trump, for the 10. That's my president speaking right there.
Shows do a cold open instead of a theme song, that sort of thing. And the important thing, the algorithm doesn't hate you if something isn't doing as well. Maybe it is a little bit on your behalf. Maybe you need to spice up something. Try to use it as an incentive to better yourself as a creator. But in conclusion, developing a skill fucking sucks. I hate developing skills. I want to be good at stuff. Listen, can I just be good at everything without having to dedicate
Not the guy in New York that just yells at everyone.
thousands and thousands of
Why is he carrying a bin bag with him?
hours to everything I want to be good at? Why can't I draw hot women and be good at piano at the same time? All I do is make YouTube videos anyways. That's the skill I'm developing. But yeah, the important thing also is that I like doing this. If you like
commission of Pyrocynical on the Ozempic grind.
You do that, you're getting a ban. You're getting a ban 100%. I'm gonna send a hitman after you if you do that.
doing this, then keep doing it.
Dude, I've literally just started featuring fan art back in Pyro Live as well. If I see that get put in, I'm coming for you.
If you don't like doing it, start fucking roofing tiles.
Yeah, that was a good video. I felt like towards the end, it lost a little bit of its meaning and stuff though. But I feel, yeah, for the most part, that was a very solid video.